This is Ron Kelleher with the Inspired Leadership Podcast, episode number 545. Today's episode is entitled, Why Faithfulness to God is Key to Effective Leadership in Today's World.
Hello, and welcome to Inspired Leadership, the podcast for Christian leaders in the marketplace who want to be the best leaders they can be. And now your host, Ron Kelleher.
In today's dynamic and ever-changing world, the concept of faithfulness to God stands as a cornerstone of effective leadership. Guiding individuals, organizations, and nations with unwavering commitment, leaders faithful to God unlock blessings while avoiding the perils of unfaithfulness. Drawing profound wisdom from biblical examples and their relevance to contemporary leadership, today I want to talk about invaluable lessons that resonate powerfully in our present context. While leadership dynamics may have evolved over time, the fundamental principles of faithfulness and its consequences remain timeless. So let's explore the interplay between faithfulness, blessing, unfaithfulness, and punishment, and how it applies to us as leaders today. One example of faithfulness leading to blessing can be found in the life of Abraham. In the book of Genesis, God called Abraham to leave his homeland and go to a land that he would show him. Abraham obediently followed God's command and became the father of the nation of Israel. Because of his faithfulness and obedience, God made a covenant with Abraham, promising to bless him and make his descendants into a great nation. Abraham's faithfulness resulted in God's blessing as he became the father of many nations, and his descendants inherited the promised land. In the realm of contemporary leadership, faithfulness finds diverse expressions. However, paramount among them is faithfulness to God. In this way, leaders who exemplify integrity, honesty, and a wholehearted dedication to the well-being of their followers not only receive blessings, but also inspire trust, cultivate collaboration, and catalyze positive transformations within their organizations and societies. It's through their unwavering faithfulness to God that their leadership takes on its most impactful and profound dimensions. Now, the people of Israel provide an example of unfaithfulness and the consequences that ensue. Despite God's faithfulness and countless miracles, the Israelites often turned away from God and worshiped false gods. In the book of Judges, we see a pattern of the Israelites falling into idolatry and facing punishment as a result. For instance, in Judges 2, verses 11 to 15, it's described how the Israelites abandoned the Lord and instead served the idols of the surrounding nations. Consequently, God allowed them to be oppressed and enslaved by their enemies. This cycle of unfaithfulness and punishment is repeated throughout the period of the Judges. Leaders who are unfaithful to God will inevitably face severe personal consequences because of their unfaithfulness. Their actions erode the core of their character, leading to a loss of moral integrity and inner peace. Unfaithful leaders find themselves trapped in a web of guilt, shame, and regret, with their souls burdened by the weight of their unrighteous deeds. The consequences may extend beyond their professional lives, affecting their relationships, mental well-being, and spiritual fulfillment. Ultimately, the price of unfaithfulness to God is high, exacting a heavy toll on the individual leader's sense of purpose, authenticity, and lasting legacy. In conclusion, the concept of faithfulness remains an indispensable element of effective leadership, transcending time and context. Faithful leaders, guided by an unwavering commitment to God and their values, unlock blessings and inspire unwavering trust and collaboration. Their influence extends far beyond organizational boundaries, fostering positive societal transformations and leaving a lasting impact. Conversely, leaders who succumb to unfaithfulness suffer severe personal consequences, compromising their character, peace of mind, and relationships. As leaders in today's world, we're called to heed the lessons of faithfulness from biblical narratives and embrace its timeless principles. Accordingly, by prioritizing integrity, humility, and a wholehearted dedication to the well-being of those we lead, we can cultivate an environment where blessings thrive and our actions align with our purpose. May we learn from the faithfulness of Abraham, the perils of unfaithfulness in the history of Israel, and the contemporary examples that inspire and challenge us. Let us strive to be faithful stewards of our positions, recognizing that our faithfulness to God is crucial not only for our fulfillment, but also for the positive impact we can make on the lives of others. In this ever-changing leadership landscape, let faithfulness be our guiding compass, empowering us to leave a legacy that reflects our commitment to God, our followers, and the greater good. Well, that's it for this week, and as always, questions and comments are welcome. Do you think it's harder to be a leader who is faithful to God today than in the past? And if so, why is that? I'd love it if you'd come over to the website at ronkelleher.com/episode 545 and leave me a question or a comment. And as always, before we go, I'd like to ask you to do me a quick favor, and that is to hop on over to whatever podcast service you're listening to this on. Leave a ranking for the show and a comment if you wish. It really does help us get the show into the hands of more and more people. So I thank you in advance for that, and pray that God would help us all to be the powerful and the inspired leaders He intends us to be. That's it for this episode of Inspired Leadership. You'll find a complete transcript of this episode on my website at www.ronkelleher.com. My prayer now is that you'll go out and be the powerful, inspired leader that God intends us to be.
Thanks for listening to the Inspired Leadership Podcast at www.ronkelleher.com.